Okay, now we are going to go over setting up an ad version for a dynamic video ad. And this is assuming that you've already set up the dealer in our interface and requested an initial template. If you haven't done these things yet or don't know how to do these things, we have two additional videos. One of those is setting up a dealer for dynamic video, and the other is requesting their first template. And this is what happens right after that, which is requesting this ad version, which you should do immediately after requesting that template so that we can build a proof based on the selection criteria and the vehicle filters that you put here in this ad version that you're going to request. Okay, so assuming that you've requested this template, whether that's a digital asset ad or a companion video ad, this process is going to be the same. You are going to click this Create Ad Version button now. Now, when you do this, you're going to give it some kind of name, and we will just call this Demo for demo's sake. And what we're doing here is we're taking this template that you've requested, which is essentially the empty shell of this ad with no vehicle information in it, and we are marrying it to some kind of data source. Now, there are two data sources you can use. You can use a feed that you've created within our custom feed creation tool, but the easier and better way to do this for dynamic video is to use our custom sort feature here, in which all of your selections happen right here within the ad version menu. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start creating some sorting conditions. Now, this is assuming that you already have in mind the types of vehicles that you want in this ad. So for example's sake, this is a Nissan dealership. So let's call this ad version, we were calling it demo, let's call it new model lineup first. Let's do something that's a new model lineup. So once again, we're going to select our only template, and we're going to marry it to some kind of data source here. And we're going to start adding sorting conditions. And it's basically the types of vehicles we are going to have in this ad. So first things first, the condition. We said new model lineup. So this first vehicle, we want new. The types of images that we want. Do we want to use photos taken by the dealer? Do we want to incorporate stock photos? Do we maybe want to incorporate these placeholder images that say things like image coming soon? Probably not. Most likely we want just dealer photos or dealer and stock photos. And now we can start to specify some models here. Since it's new, it's a Nissan dealership, we know we're only going to get Nissans when selecting new. So we can come right down here to model. I prefer to use contains rather than equals to because it's not a strict match. So it's a Nissan dealership, so let's start with maybe a Sentra. We can specify trim level if we like as well. We can specify price range. And then we choose how we're going to order this. And the most frequently used one is going to be price ascending, basically meaning that it's going to start with the lowest price Sentra that is in stock as the first selection for this criteria. So we add this condition. Now, if we were to leave this as it is right now, this would be a Sentra ad. It would start with vehicle 1 being the cheapest Sentra, new Sentra in stock, vehicle 2 being the second cheapest Sentra in stock, vehicle 3 being the third cheapest Sentra in stock. As those sell, they're replaced by the next vehicle that meets that criteria and so forth. But since we're doing new model lineup, we're going to put some other sorting conditions in here. Let's maybe do the same thing. New vehicle, dealer images, model, contains, Ultima. Quick note, make sure that you're capitalizing any kind of titles that need to be capitalized as well. And we're going to sort by the same ordering right here with price ascending. And so we have two selections in here. If we were to leave this like this, vehicle 1 would be the lowest price Sentra in stock currently. Vehicle 2 would always be the lowest price Ultima in stock. Vehicle 3 would be the second lowest price Sentra. Vehicle 4 would be the second lowest price Ultima, and it would kind of do a round robin like that. So you've set the pattern here for how these vehicles are going to display and how they're going to order as well. And let's add a third vehicle in here for example's sake. Let's say condition is new. We want dealer images. Model contains maybe a Frontier. Maybe we want to include a truck in here as well and order this by price ascending as well. And so now, let's say this is a 30-second companion ad. The default number of vehicles in that ad is going to be 6. So you would have the cheapest new Sentra in stock currently as the first vehicle, cheapest Ultima in stock as the second, cheapest Frontier in stock as the third, second cheapest Sentra in stock as the fourth, second cheapest Ultima as the fifth, and second cheapest Frontier as the sixth. And this ad would be ready. You would just give it a start date, an ad URL, which would be a single clickable URL throughout this ad if it's hitting clickable inventory. And then you would select your distribution, whether you're distributing this on Facebook or via a DSP or some other programmatic outlet. The AdWords solution is currently not supported, so ignore that for now. Now, if this is on Facebook, you should have your Facebook account configured at this point. If you don't have that done, please reference the configuring a Facebook account video. And what you're going to do is you're going to select an ad set that we are going to target to upload this video into. So you're going to put the ad set ID right here. Once we have that integration with your account, this actually won't be just a field for you to fill. It'll be a drop down where you can select from any existing ad set in the account. Now, so obviously what you want to do is build out the campaign structure before you finalize this. If you forgot to do that before you started this, not to worry, you can save this as a draft, go and build out your campaign structure, and then come back to here. And, obviously give it a headline, newsfeed, link description, and text so that will translate over as well and not be blank. If you're serving this on a DSP or programmatically, all you have to do is enter the DSP or programmatic outlet's name. Once you've done either of those steps, you hit submit, and this ad version is done and created, and you can move on to creating your next ad version.